welcome everyone and on this live webinar of WeUni in partnership with Bakersfield College. It's a great pleasure to have you here with us today, and you can see our panelists are already connected and you're already starting to share the screen so you can see what we're going to discuss today. But first, before diving deep into the presentation, I'd like to welcome our panelists. As you can see from Educational Advisor at Bakersfield College, we have Debbie Anderson and Mirka Lopez. And thank you so much for being here with us today. And they'll be able to give us an overview of what it's like to study, and they'll be able to answer all the questions that you might have regarding admissions, and I'm sure anything that could be related to your experience at Bakersfield College. But then we also have the pleasure to have a professor on board. So I'd like to welcome Dr. John Hart, and he's also going to give us an overview and let us know more about what could be like a lesson and study at Bakersfield College. And last but not least, we have a student. So Manpreet, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much also for making the time. I know it's a busy schedule, but it's also great to have students on board. And what we're going to do today, we're just going to start with a presentation, and then during the presentation we go through the college, where it's located. I'm sure you probably saw it on all the promotional for the events. We're talking about the sunny California, so this is actually great. I'm also very curious to get to know what it's like to study there. And then we're going to leave the floors also to Manpreet. She's going to share with us her experience, and then we're going to resume back with the presentation. Any question that you might have, feel free to drop them into the chat or the Q&A box. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see all of your faces, but drop us a message and we're going to answer at the end of the presentation. Just give a couple of more minutes, as I can see that more students are joining. So drop us a message, let us know where you're connecting from. So it's great to see that we actually have audience, and then in a couple of minutes we'll be ready to start. And then for whoever is interested in receiving the certificate of attendance, don't worry, stay tuned, because we're going to issue that at the end of the webinar. I'm sure that then more students will join, and I guess it's probably time to start. So whoever just joined, welcome, and welcome on this WeUni webinar in partnership with Bakersfield College. And I start by leaving the floor to Mirka, is an educational advisor at Bakersfield College. We're going to hear from her some insight and useful information. And then we also having the pleasure to have a professor and students on board. So any sort of question, we're ready to answer them at the end of the presentation. Mirka, I leave you the floor. I'm just going to mute myself, but for anything, I'm here and look forward to receiving all the students' questions.
Thank you so much. So welcome everyone. My name is Mirka Lopez. I am one of the educational advisors at Bakersfield College, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Next page, next slide. So in the next slide, we are going to cover our goals and takeaways. We're going to, throughout the presentation, review what is a California community college. Bakersfield College is one of the largest colleges in the nation. So we're going to share more information about our programs, our services. We do have student support services and academic services for all students. You're going to learn a little bit more about Bakersfield, the city, what is around the city, what are some fun things you can do. Transfer opportunities. So if you are interested in transferring to a four-year college, whether it is a UC, University of California, or a CSU, California State University, we will let you know what is the process, what are some schools our international students have transferred to, and what services are available for transfer students. You will get to hear firsthand from one of our own international students, Manpreet Kaur, and her opportunities that she's had and experiences here at Bakersfield College. You will get to meet one of our professional faculty members from the EMLS program, Dr. John Hart, and we will also review our application process. So should you choose to study at BC, you will know exactly what is the next step to make that possible. Next step, next slide. Awesome. So I think, Federica, if you can go back one slide, we have a short video we would like to show. Yes, so here is a short video on how you can, it's an overview of Bakersfield College. So we wanted to give you an insight of what it looks like and what to expect once you arrive.
I'm just not sure I'd be able to go through the video. I don't know why. Sorry, sometimes this technical issue could be. If you want, then if you have like a YouTube video, maybe I can try to play it later if that's okay, just because it won't let me click on it. Sorry.
That's fine, no worries. So if not, then we can just send it out to our attendees so you can get to see a little bit of Bakersfield College.
Absolutely, thank you.
All righty, so our community college. So Bakersfield College is a community college in California. At BC, you will be able to earn an associate's degree. So associate's degree is equivalent to the first 2 years of a bachelor's degree at a university. Why do students choose to start at a community college? Well, there's many reasons. One of the reasons is when you transfer students have higher admission rates to prestigious universities such as UCs, Ivy League schools, out-of-state schools. So your chances of being admitted to those schools will be a lot higher. This gives you the opportunity to also complete the first 2 years at a community college and complete those courses at a lower cost. As some of you may know, international students get charged out-of-state tuition, which could be a little bit expensive. So starting at a community college will save you a ton of money. So our tuition and fees are a lot lower than a university, and our class sizes are a lot smaller, so it is easier to have that one-on-one connection with your faculty and your professors. Lastly, we also offer hands-on experience for our students. So in all, it is a great opportunity for students. Some students do not know what community college is, but there is so much value in choosing community college and then transferring on to a university. Next slide. All righty, so here we are providing a visual of where Bakersfield College is located. So Bakersfield College is located in Bakersfield, California, which is the heart of California's Central Valley. It is about halfway between Los Angeles and Fresno. It is known for its warm weather, friendly community, and a strong agricultural roots. The city is surrounded by farmlands and beautiful mountains, so anywhere you look, you will have a beautiful sight. We are known for being one of the top agricultural regions in the U.S., and we produce a large portion of the nation's fruits, vegetables, nuts. So we play a big role in feeding not only California, but all families all over the world. We are also known for being one of the largest oil producing regions in California. So here where you see the star, that is where Bakersfield College is located. Bakersfield College, another great thing about us is our location. So our location is a central location that makes it very easy to explore some of California's most exciting destinations. We are a few hours away from world famous places like Hollywood, Santa Monica, Huntington Beach, which is perfect for shopping, enjoying the weather, or just sightseeing. If you love nature, so Bakersfield is also close to outdoor destinations such as the Sequoia National Park, which is home to the world's largest trees, and the Redwood Forest, which has a breathtaking coast. So if you are interested in just going on a hike, enjoying city life, Bakersfield College puts you right in the middle of it all, which makes it easy for you to travel and explore and get to know within a weekend or during any vacation from school. This also allows you the opportunity to have a good balance between your school and your social life. So You can complete your studies and also get to know many beautiful cities around Bakersfield and in California. Alrighty, so here on the list we have all the countries that are currently being represented from all over the world. If you see your country on the list, we are proud to have students from your part of the world and would love to have you join us. If you do not see your country on the list, we'd love for you to be the first one to represent your home country and share your unique culture with us. So whenever you get a chance, we would love for you to comment in the chat and let us know where you are joining us today. Alrighty, so on the screen you'll see that we have 106 degrees in various learning and career pathways. Here at Bakersfield College, we offer different pathways, and within the pathway, we'll have majors. So for example, within the health sciences, we have kinesiology, we have nursing, we have the licensed vocational nursing, we have physical therapy. So within every pathway, you will find unique majors that you have the opportunity to select and learn a little bit more about. In Bakersfield, we are very lucky. We have a college and a CSU, a California State University. We are blessed to have an amazing collaboration. So if you choose Bakersfield, you could get your associate's degree and then transfer to CSU Bakersfield to earn your bachelor's. That would mean that you spend 2 years at Bakersfield College. And once you transfer, all your coursework, all your units transfer over to CSU Bakersfield, and you'll continue 2 more years to complete your bachelor's. Both institutions are amazing. As you can see, Bakersfield College was named a champion of higher education in transfer, and CSU Bakersfield was named one of Money's 2025 best colleges in America. On the screen, you will also see the comparisons and differences in both institutions. If you decide to come to community college, you will have an extra year to complete OPT, and you'll have advising services, supports, as we covered, lower tuition costs, and smaller class sizes. These are a few schools where our international students have transferred to. We've had international students transfer to UCLA, Cal Poly, California State University, Northridge, UC San Diego, you name it. We have an amazing transfer center with transfer advisors and transfer counselors that are able to meet with our international students to ensure that they have a smooth and easy transfer to a university. So you don't have to do this alone. We provide all the support needed to ensure that you are able to transfer and that all your paperwork is in place.
And at Bakersfield College, to help you be successful, we have a lot of supportive services. So for instance, if you are writing an essay or a term paper for a class, we have a wonderful writing center team who is available to help you really submit the best papers that you can. They are English teachers, they are professionals who really know what they're doing. We have educational counseling and advising. Mirka is an advisor, and I am with our international students. But each of our pathways has counselors and advisors. So once you get going at Bakersfield College, we often will suggest that you meet with the pathway counselor or advisor. So for instance, if you are an industrial automation major, we'll make sure that you know who to meet with to really get to be tapped in on some of the really fun, cool things that they have going with the students in that pathway. We also have library workshops to help students really get comfortable with how to do research papers, those kinds of things. We have a math lab, but then we also have really wonderful supportive services for our students that are not academic. We have a student health and wellness center. So if a student is not feeling well, it's like a mini clinic that you can go to and meet with our staff there to really get some health support as well as mental health support. We also have a wonderful Renegade food pantry that provides food services for students for free. We have a wonderful supportive services with being able to loan out laptops at times if a student doesn't have a laptop. We have a great farmers market also that is once a month, and students can load up on fruits and vegetables, and they often have all different kinds of things for free for students to take home. So lots and lots of services that are available, both academic and support services. Next slide, please. And there's really a lot to do. Back one slide, please. At Bakersfield College, these are just some random pictures of, we have sporting events, we have drama and choirs and lots of performances. We have industrial automation where you can see our automated dog and other items. We have resource fairs, so students can come around and meet with different departments on campus out in the open, get information. Lots of really fun activities that are going on campus a lot that you want to be part of. As a student at Bakersfield College, we really encourage our students to participate in what goes on campus. They're pretty fun, and they're often really very available, and they don't cost anything to attend those things. Next slide, please. One of the things that we really encourage our students to do is to get involved. We have an international student club that we will introduce you to once you are a student at Bakersfield College, but we have lots of other student organizations. So for instance, if you are interested in doing pre-law, we have a pre-law club. We have an industrial automation club. We have an automotive technology club. There are like really tons of clubs that you can get involved in. We also have a student government association. So we have students who really help support other students by hearing what suggestions you have to make our college better for our students. And that is something that our Student Government Association works on, very actively works on, helps our students really have a voice. And that's part of what we like to do at Bakersfield College, is really give our students a voice. We have specialized groups that you can be involved in. But the other thing that we have that's super fun is we have athletics. Next slide, please. So this is a list of our men's and women's sports. Lots of things going on all the time that you can go to athletic events. And with your student ID card, you typically can get into the athletic events for free. So it's something that if you're interested in soccer, my children both played soccer, so it's kind of a fun thing for me to watch. Enjoyable to be able to go to some of the soccer matches and root on our team, both men and women. We have, you can see the men's list and the women's list. We have a few extra sports for women right now, which has been really an unusual thing in our history. We have beach volleyball that is different than our men's sports, as well as water polo and volleyball. So we really encourage you to participate. At this point, we have an international student that is involved on our football team. We have had golf, we've had soccer, we've had swimming, we have tennis currently, we have had basketball and baseball. So lots of areas for students to be involved in if they would like to. So we would love to consider that part. Next slide, please. And to talk about Bakersfield, oh my gosh, there's always so much to do in Bakersfield. This is just kind of a little glimpse. We have a county fair that happens every year that just wrapped up, with lots of fun rides and entertainment, lots of really wonderful groups, musical groups that come and perform, dancing groups, lots of super great food at the fair. So really fun to do. We have an event that is coming up very shortly that is called Via Arte, and that is in an area of town that we take over a parking lot, And kind of the middle top slide, you can see they use chalk to reproduce wonderful artworks. Mona Lisa, lots of really great art. They will reproduce in chalk on the cement for the weekend. And people are welcome to come and watch, come and participate, take pictures, enjoy that for a whole weekend. We have a lot of bicycling that goes on around Bakersfield, from bicycling in the city as well as bicycling out in the hills. Lots and lots of trails in our hills around that give you an opportunity. If you are daring and choose to do that kind of an activity, it's really fun. We have the Kern River comes through Bakersfield, and that's a great area to do kayaking and boating and things like that. We have a couple of lakes that are very close. One is not within the city limits or just immediately outside, where you can water ski and do some of those kinds of activities. So we have a lot of things going on, as well as golf and soccer and baseball, and we have hockey. We have a hockey team. So there's really a lot to do in Bakersfield, not to mention all the good food and the restaurants and the shopping and the churches that are here in Bakersfield. It's a very active community if you choose to be involved. Next slide. Okay, Federica.
Yes, so great. So since you mentioned about if you wanted to get involved, as mentioned at the very beginning, we do have Preet, and she's, as you can see from the slide, currently is a major in mathematics and computer science, second year at Bakersfield College. She's from India. So Manpreet, I just kindly ask you just to tell us a little bit more, like this is your presentation slide, and then I wanted to comment a few things with you. So I'm just gonna leave you a couple of words and then we can just resume back.
So, hi everyone. As you know, my name is Manpreet Kaur, and this is my second year at Bakersfield College. And I feel fortunate to be a part of this college, and I'm majoring in computer science and mathematics.
Perfect. So as like I've met Manpreet before, and I just wanted them to check few things with you, because I mean your story is something, and it's great that we have students on board. If you, of course, students, if you have questions, drop them into the Q&A box. So you actually chose Bakersfield College out of many other options. So why did you decide, thinking about that we have students connected that might be thinking about what could be their next move for them? So what made you decide among all the options?
So, well, it was very confusing for me to decide on which college I want to go. Because it's like my future depends on the college and the education that I will be getting. So I did a small research on different colleges. I looked for the programs I want to pursue, and after doing a little research and like on the internet, I come to know like Bakersfield College offers like strong programs in computer science and mathematics, and along with that, it provides a great support for international students. And moreover, I also have family in Bakersfield, so which made it more easier for me to adjust to a new environment. And I would say BC's welcoming community, affordable tuition, and transfer opportunities made it perfect choice for me to start my education journey. And I would also like to mention about the scholarships. International students have the opportunity to apply for the scholarships, and scholarships really help us to support our education. And last year, I also qualified for the scholarship, and I got $1,000.
That's great. And we know, well, congratulations. We know that scholarships is usually hot topic. So if you have a question about that, drop them into the chat. But as you can see, Actually, Manpreet is a great ambassador, and she can also tell us more about the experience. Well, talking about ambassadors, I personally believe it's great to always have students on board because you can hear real stories. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us, a memorable moment, anything that made your experience at Bakersfield College special?
So when I started at Bakersfield College, it seems a little bit difficult because a new environment, new people, but really Bakersfield College people and the college faculty is very cooperating. They are very nice people. So I started with attending an international orientation on the very first day of my college. There I met a lot of people, and then going to the classrooms, interacting with my professors helped me a lot to involve in the college. And if I would talk about my experiences, best experiences at college, so I try to involve in more events that are going on the campus. I still remember I was the part of International Education Week last semester when I started at BC, and I think it was almost like a week, that like events going on for a week, and every day I was learning about new countries, how the people live there, about the culture and traditions. So these kind of interactions helped me to connect with other international students, and then I also get to exchange different cultures and perspectives. And I have worked in three departments, like for the on-campus jobs. I started with peer tutoring at the BC Tutoring Center as a tutor for the maths, and then I was also a peer mentor for the summer bridge to BC. There I was helping the students to get to know about the college, how to how to do the assignment kind of things. And then now I'm a student ambassador in the welcome center. So these all things allowed me to help others while continuing to grow personally. So BC truly feels like a second home to me.
That's great. Thank you. Well, you mentioned at the beginning, at the opening, that you're actually studying computer science and mathematics. Future plan, not to put pressure in your second year, but you already thought about what you want to do next.
So, actually, still I have a year to do like my courses and stuff, but I'm really very excited after completing my associates from BC. I would like to take a year gap to do my optional practical training, and I would like to do a job that will be related to my field of interest. And I think that job will help me to gain hands-on experience in the real world setting, so I can gain more work experience related to my field. And after doing my OPT, I would like to transfer to a 4-year university. And I have also planned which university I want to apply for. So basically, I don't want to leave Bakersfield because it feels like a home to me. So I want to transfer to California State University, that is in our Bakersfield College. So after completing my bachelor's, I would like to find another job to do my another OPT to just get hand-on experience. Yeah.
That's great that you already have your heads up and you're clear about what you want to do. I think it's not that common. So great, Manpreet. Well, each and every of you students have a different journey, and I'm sure that some of you connected might feel like close to what you're actually describing. If you could describe your experience in one word, one phrase, what would it be and why?
So if I could describe my experience in one word, that would be a life-changing experience, because I'm coming from a country, India, where girls don't have right to get higher education, as it's a kind of male dominance country. So I feel truly blessed to have this opportunity to go to school and get education, especially in Bakersfield. uh, so BC changed my life completely, and it helped me to become confident, independent, and focused on my goals. And I remember when I was in my school, I was not that much confident. I always wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to teach. And now at BC, I'm a part of BC Tutoring Center. I'm pursuing my dream. I teach maths, pre-calculus subjects. I feel truly blessed. And I know this journey will help me to become a strong and financially stable woman in the future. And I'm just following my dreams and goals, and I feel very happy.
Wow, that's great. And I also have to say, I mean, also you mentioned about being a woman and also the subject you chose. It is great to see that actually, I guess it's probably also about having females studying computer science and mathematics, which usually something that we mainly see men doing. So, well done, congratulations. And it's very good to hear your stories. And Manpreet will stay connected with us. So if any of the students have questions, you can ask her, but really inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we're ready actually to resume back with the presentation. Let me just share my screen. So, well, we were
Perfect.
talking about this. Perfect.
Thank you, Manpreet. She is one of our many, many rock star students we have at Bakersfield College. So she's been a joy. These pictures that you see, this is how you get started. We help you with the process, but these are pictures from our most current, most recent orientation that we did. You heard Manpreet talk about the very first day, the orientation. She got to meet a lot of students. So this is, we go through a lot of the government regulations, but we also really give our students a lot of tips to help them be successful at Bakersfield College. We introduce them to all of the supportive services that we have. That's all wrapped up in our day-long orientation that we have, not to mention really good food. That always helps too. So next slide, please. Helping you get started, we have an application checklist. So the very first thing a student would do if they want more information and they're interested in attending Bakersfield College is to fill out the prospective international student interest form. That will give us information of where you are, what your major, what you're interested in pursuing, and that gives us an avenue to communicate directly with you as a student. We want to make sure that we are answering your questions and giving you the information you need, but also giving you the information that you will need to submit to us, which are things like the application. We have a financial sponsor affidavit. Our students have to have a financial sponsor that will show 1 year of college living expenses, class expenses, books, travel, all of that. That's a government requirement. So we need to make sure that your financial sponsor is able to support you for that year. Copy of your high school or college transcripts, English proficiency exam, and that would be for students that are educated in their home country, in their home language, not in the English language. Some countries across the world educate the students in the English language. If you are one of those, you would not need an English language proficiency exam. So that will be something we'll communicate with you. We also request that you do a one-page essay. That is purely to find out about you, what your dreams are, what you would like to study, maybe a little bit about your family, your home life. We just want to know a little bit about you. It is not graded. It is purely so that we have a little bit of information about you as a person. And then the last thing on the list is, excuse me, is the application processing fee. We have a $50 US fee that we charge for processing students' application because there's a lot of things that we have to do to then help you become an international student at Bakersfield College. Next slide, please. I talked a little bit about the English language proficiency exam. These are just 3 of the companies that we can use the the scores for. And we can give you more information on that depending on which company you, maybe you've already done an English language proficiency exam. We want to make sure that you don't go out and have to do another one. So we will work with you on that. And that is only if you did not attend a school that English was your primary language at your school. Next slide, please. For our students that have already attended some college or university, we really will talk to you about having your transcripts evaluated to see if you can get some of your coursework that you've already submitted and completed, come to Bakersfield College and get credit for. We will help you with that. So those of you that this may apply to, please keep that on your radar so that we can work with you on that, because that's really would help cut down maybe the amount of time you have to be spending at Bakersfield College, but also it will save you money in the long run so that you don't have to take the classes that you have already taken. So that is a conversation that you would have with us once you start the process of applying to Bakersfield College. Next slide, please. Now comes a little bit of the hard part, the tuition and fees. Students, international students have to pay a non-resident fee. Mirka mentioned that earlier. This that's on your screen, the $4,600 amount, that is typical for what an international student would pay for a semester of classes if they're taking 12 units. The government requires our international students to always have a minimum of 12 units. So we go with that as the basis. But down below, you will see that there's an additional fee if you end up having a car and you need to park, because you will need to park on campus somewhere. A parking pass would have to be added to that amount. It is charged per semester. And then international students can set up a payment plan, which would help break up that $4,681 down into 3 or 4 or even 5 separate payments to help your financial sponsor be able to manage that better. And as an international student and part of the application process, your sponsor, your financial sponsor would have to show a $20,233 in an account that they are willing to use for your education, your living expenses, all of those things that I discussed earlier. That is all wrapped into that amount for your first full year. Next slide, please. Once you have submitted your documentation to attend Bakersfield College, you've made your choice. This is a great place to be, by the way, where you want to study. Then we will help you do our online application. We will help you register for classes. We will also send you a link for our online student orientation, which is one that will really help you with the process of making your visa appointment, traveling to the US, a lot of those pieces that will help you be more comfortable in that process, because that, by the way, is a really huge thing for young people. And I always tell students, right, Manpreet, you guys are heroes because you are so brave to come to another country with another culture. And it's really important for you to be comfortable with a lot of the steps to be able to do that. So that online orientation really will help with that and with your families to have a better understanding of the process. Next slide, please, for John.
Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be here. And first of all, I just want to say congratulations to Manpreet for earning a scholarship and commend her for being so involved in college life at Bakersfield College. I was a student at Bakersfield College over 30 years ago. I was involved, but not as much as Manpreet. But I can attest to the fact that the more involved you are, the better your experience will be. But now I have the opportunity to be a faculty member at Bakersfield College and to represent the English for Multilingual Students Department, or the EMLS department. So we have a long tradition of welcoming international students to our campus, and the EMLS program is one of the first places that a lot of international students begin. So Let's find out what the EMLS program is about. So the EMLS program is designed especially for students whose first language isn't English. So some of you, your first language may be English, but for others, it may not be. But if it's not your first language, you should be ready to take classes at a college level. That's why those language tests are so important, because our courses are college level courses. So we focus on helping you build. Yep, we're on slide 2, sorry. So we focus on helping you build the reading, writing, and listening, speaking skills that you'll need not only in your English classes, but in any class or subject that you take all across campus, whether it's biology or math. You have to have good reading, writing, and listening, speaking skills. So we prepare students for those. So what makes our program special and unique is that we understand the challenges of studying in another country and in another language. Almost all of our instructors have either lived abroad or studied abroad, so we understand those challenges. Our classes are small, they're personal, they're taught by instructors who really care about you. They learn your names, and they help you to feel more confident and supported in everything that you do. Next slide. So international students take credit classes at Bakersfield College. So your journey at VC will probably start in one of 2 classes. EMLS B50 is what we call advanced reading and writing. So this course helps you strengthen your academic reading, vocabulary, and essay writing skills. So it's a great introduction also to research, library research skills and citing sources. The way that we write essays in the United States may be a little bit different than the way you're accustomed to writing essays in your own country. So it's a great introduction to that. We also have an EMLS B1A course, which is expository composition for multilingual students. This is our transfer level writing course. This means that it fulfills the same English composition requirement that American students take for university transfer to the CSU or UC systems. So it's a real great course that we have in our program that a lot of our students take advantage of. So whether you're starting out in B50 or B1A, you'll start earning college credit on day 1. Slide 4, yeah. So I know Debbie Anderson just mentioned the Writing Center, but I wanted to reiterate how important the Writing Center is. There's data that shows that our students, our EMLS students who use the Writing Center, are 80% more successful than students who do not use the Writing Center. It says they're 83% more successful. So it's a fantastic program that we have with tutors and teachers that really understand your grammar and language needs. We also have in our department flexible learning options. We offer our classes online, we offer them face-to-face, and we also have hybrid classes, which is a combination of online and face-to-face. So we have classes that work best for you and your situations. And of course, all of our classes are multicultural and taught by teachers who, like I said, learn your names. They care about your progress and they want you to succeed. And some classes even offer buffets, like Laura Harris is there in that picture. Slide 5. So Bakersfield College, it's a great place to begin your academic journey, and especially in our department, in the EMLS department. Our classes are challenging. They're not easy. You're not going to be learning just basic vocabulary like table, chair, right? You're learning academic writing, academic skills that will help you to transfer to a university. So you'll grow as a writer, a communicator, a thinker, and most importantly, you'll gain confidence in your own abilities. So I hope that you decide to join us, and I hope to see you in one of our EMLS classes. So thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Professor. Now we're moving on for the presentation.
Thank you. And I have to make a comment. I attended a California community college as well as a California State University. and then I got my master's after that. And John actually was a professor I didn't know him at the time, but he was a professor at the California Community College that I attended a lot of years ago, Long Beach City College. So, yay.
That's right.
That's a kind of a fun link. So what is our goal for you as a student living in another country? Our goal for Manpreet, our goal for all of our students is for you to graduate. And this bottom right-hand picture is some of the students from many years ago, really being so excited before their graduation, because that's what we want for you, is to get a college degree so that then you can go on and do something really special and important in your home country or wherever you land. Next slide, please.
I think you're just muted. Sorry, I kind of lost you for a second. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Perfect.
You didn't get to meet Ben, our Dean of Enrollment Services. He wasn't able to be here today, but you've met myself, Debbie, you've met Mirka. We are the actual International Student Services Department team, and we are happy to answer questions. Our location on campus is there, our phone number is there, our email is there. So we just want to encourage you to really reach out to us. We are happy to answer questions. If your family have questions, we're happy to do that. And then Federica, we can go ahead and open it up to questions.
Absolutely. So email address, then I can also put it into the chat. So if students want to take it, they can. And then there's also going to be a follow-up email after the event. So we make sure that you will have it. Okay, so Daniela has a question. What are the options for people that already hold a bachelor degree, and what are the requirements to get scholarships?
So I'll take
Debbie. Perfect. Yes.
I'll take that one. Students that have a bachelor's degree, it depends really on what you want to do. Are you wanting to get a higher level job in the United States? Are you wanting to really branch out and do something a little bit different that maybe you couldn't learn about and master in your home country? That would be something that we would have conversations with you about. We don't want to have you retake a ton of classes. So that would be an option that we would help you take the prerequisites, the required classes, to then be able to move on to get a bachelor's or a master's degree at a university, to help you move on. As far as scholarships, we have a window of scholarship applications that students can do, the Bakersfield College applications. That is from October 1st to February 1st. So we are currently in that window for students to apply. They are ones that you have to apply for. They're not just automatically given, we're going to randomly pick your name. So I know Manpreet has applied, and she very successfully got a really good scholarship. We have a number of students that got really great scholarships this last year. We have had workshops, multiple workshops, helping students with the scholarship applications, giving them the hints and the tips of how to make your application really shine, because that's the goal, is to have you stand out. So one of the things that we work on with our students is the scholarship applications and really how to make it the best it can be.
And is there any sort of requirements? It could be like merits, or is there anything else that should take into consideration?
For the scholarship application?
Yes, for the scholarships.
Not really, no. You really are going to fill out the application with just your basic information, but then there are typically, like our scholarship application has 3 questions that they will ask. One of it is, what's your goal after you're done at Bakersfield College? What do you plan on doing when you're done? The other ones are, give us a little bit of information about your education in your home country. What inspired you to come to the US? and what inspired you to really pick your major. What do you find exciting about what you're going to be studying or what you are studying to really then to be able to move on? So those are the kinds of questions. They're very personal for each student, but we want to make sure that you are able to put in as much of what you want into the limited amount of space. There are our application's only 100 words. So you have to fit a lot in those 100 words. So that's where our writing center also helps to fine tune that so you can say very precisely what you would like to say.
Perfect. Another question that perhaps Manpreet can help us answering from her point of view, but also if any of the panelists want to add, is how expensive is to live in Bakersfield? So there was a slide regarding the cost situation, but how expensive is to live in Bakersfield? Anything that we can share? Maybe Manpreet, I'll start with you. By the way, I just noticed your sweater is great. Sorry, I just noticed that. Go ahead. And then, of course, if Debbie, Mirka, and the professor want to add anything, feel free.
So for me, as I live with the family, so it's not expensive. So if you live with the family, but if you are living by yourself, so you have to pay for your apartment rent, your like transportation, your food and stuff, your clothes, like personal things. So it's little expensive, but not that much. And I would like to mention that BC offers on-campus jobs, and we can get 19 to 20 hours of like per week, and that can help you to manage the expenses.
Great. Debbie, anything you want to add?
Yes, so apartments to rent, there are apartments close to campus that you share an apartment with another student, but you have your own bedroom. They run about $800 a month. Our school is really very lucky in our community because our public transportation with your Bakersfield College ID card, you are able to ride the bus for free. So your transportation, you're not paying an Uber or a Lyft or, having to have a vehicle. But it really just depends on your personal situation. If you know someone in Bakersfield and you want to live near them, you want to rent an apartment near them, lots of our students will rent a room in a house with other students. So it really depends on what your personal preference is. That is something that, you really need to kind of give some thought to so that we can help you find that. The other really exciting piece for us is that we are building student dorms. They are being built in right now. We can see them out the window, and they will be ready for fall of 2026. And that is sharing rooms with other students, but sharing, this like an apartment. So we're very excited that those are going to be completed. We're targeting for the fall 2026. This will be the first time in about 40 years that we have had dorms on our campus. So that will be really helpful for our international students as well.
Wow, that's a great plus. So thank you so much. Scholarship, I knew that this was going to be a very interesting topic. Joseph is asking us sports scholarship. So you mentioned before there is a lot of activities. Do you also offer those sort of scholarships?
We are not allowed as a California community college to provide scholarships for students to play sports, although there are some sponsors with some of our sports that will house a student or, those kinds of things help support them. We're just not allowed to pay for their education if they play a sport. That's against our California community college rules.
Perfect, thank you. So someone is asking, I guess probably maybe someone that connected later, do you offer support for improving English skills? So we did mention, but maybe if we want just to remind one more time about the services, Professor.
Yeah, absolutely. I only mentioned the two courses that we offer, and Debbie and Mirka can correct me if I'm wrong, but we actually go 3 levels below college level English. Those are all credit courses. We actually go below that also. We have three levels of very beginning English, but they're not credit courses. They're non-credit courses. So I don't know if international students qualify or are able to take those courses or not. But we do have three levels below transfer level English in all reading, writing, and listening, speaking skills. So, and they're all credit courses. So we start from a very basic level and work all the way up to transfer level. So yes, we have those.
Perfect. Thank you. There was a question I know that Mirka already answered, but maybe we can go through together, is how competitive is to get admitted? So we heard Manpreet's story and very successful story, but do you receive lots of application? What's probably also the best way to prepare and how early they should prepare for the application in order to be like a successful applicant? Is there anything that you value in the application? You mentioned about a letter, anything that should keep in mind?
Is that for scholarships?
I think it's just in general, it's just how
In general.
competitive is to get admitted.
So actually, it is not difficult to get accepted at Bakersfield College. That's one of the really great things about the California community colleges. We are open, all California community colleges are very open to students. We don't have like a cap, a number that we can take at this point. And so really, it is a great way for students to get a guaranteed admission, to be able to start the process, attend for the first 2 years, and then transfer to their dream university after they've gotten those great grades and they've done really well and they've settled into the education system in the United States, which is probably very different than their education system. So I think that that is not a stumbling block, but it's really about getting your information to us in a timely manner. If, we will send you what we need. And if you wait 3 months to send it to us, that could delay your admission a bit. So it's really about reaching out as soon as you've made a decision. And Mirka and I are happy to help you with the process. And our department is very supportive of our students. So we get it done pretty quickly to secure them the spot.
And Mirka's just shared in the chat, if you like to get in contact, there is like a form that the students can fill in. So absolutely. So in that said, there is no such of a deadline. So as soon as the students made their mind, and one thing I wanted to add is you're very much approachable. So probably just having a chat with you could help also, to decide if this is the right choice for me, because we understand, and something that you all said that really caught me is the fact that it's a hard decision. I mean, deciding to move abroad to study, and the team here is very much approachable. So even if you are not sure about what could be in for you, but I think having a chat can definitely help. If there is any question from the students, meantime, drop them. And Debbie, I wanted to leave you the floor, of course.
Thank you. And one last thing I wanted to let the students know that are participating is that our semesters are, we have our fall semester that typically starts the middle to the end of August, and it goes into the middle of December. That is our fall semester. So if you are planning on doing enrollment starting, say, fall 2026, we would need you to really start getting busy with communicating with us as soon as you have an idea, because I really hate to say this, but getting visa appointments in some areas are taking quite a few months. So we want to encourage students to start that process early, just because that can be a little bit of a stumbling block. But then our spring semester goes from the middle of January to the middle of May. So those are our two main semesters. So students want to give a little bit of thought as to what their target semester would be, and then to plan accordingly, well ahead, so that process can get done.
Thank you. Another question about scholarship. How hard is to get a scholarship? Maybe Manpreet, I mean, you shared with us that you were awarded with a scholarship. Anything to encourage? I mean, you made it, you did a great job. Anything that you can, I wouldn't say advice, because each of you is different and has a different story, but anything about this award that you can share?
For the scholarships, I would say be a good student, study hard, and get a good GPA. And it's not hard to get the scholarships, but you need to be a good student for getting a scholarship.
Manpreet, how many scholarship applications did you submit?
I think I submitted around 10 to 15.
Okay, so the chances of getting a scholarship if you only submit one application, maybe not as good as like Manpreet did is 10 or so. I've known students that have submitted scholarships weekly, a certain number of them weekly, and they've done really well with getting them, but they are very mindful about not just doing one or two, but just as an ongoing process. So, and we help you with links of scholarship websites for specifically international students, because we want to make sure that you can qualify for the ones that you are wanting to earn.
Perfect. So we're coming towards the end of our live event. I'd like to thank our panelists and all of you for being connected and your question. Just wanted to ask our panelists, there is anything else? I mean, we said we gave a lot of information. I know it's hard to try to summarize everything in an hour event, but just wanted to ask if there is anything else you'd like to share. And then, of course, there is this form the students can fill in to reach out to you. Perhaps we can start from John, Professor, if there is anything that you'd like to share.
I'm just excited to have the opportunity of possibly having more international students in our classes. So I hope you consider us.
Great. Mirka?
I want to say we are ready for you. Reach out to us, complete our prospective interest form, and we'll get in touch with you right away and ensure we answer any additional questions you may have, maybe after reflecting on the information, speaking with your family. If there's any additional questions, we are here to support you. Whether you choose to study with us or not, we'll be happy to get in contact with you and provide you any additional support. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Manpreet?
I just want to say, just start your journey at Bakersfield College, and later in the future, you will be thankful to yourself.
Thank you. Last but not least, Debbie.
I want to first say both of my children attended Bakersfield College, and then they went on to really good universities. They both have really amazing jobs, supporting their families. And so I come from attending a California community college and a California State University, and my children did, and they still, even many years away from BC, they have just the best things to say about the professors and the staff at Bakersfield College. So I would really just say it is really a great place to start your U.S. education. So welcome. We would love to have you, and we look forward to having you reach out to us. We'll be thrilled to have you.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a link where you have the form link. I'm just going to add if you'd like to receive the certificate of attendance and you want to leave us any feedback on the event. We did share before with you the slide where there were many nationality in there, and really hope that if yours wasn't there, it will be soon. So that means that you actually join Bakersfield College. It was a truly pleasure for me to hear more about the college, to hear Manpreet's journey. And thank you so much again for your time, and we look forward to seeing you soon at the next live webinar. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.